everyone, so I have Miss Winona here today, and I do apologize for the lighting. I got her all set up because the lighting looks so good, and then I put her down and started to record, and then the sun went behind the clouds. Of course, that's usually how it works, but that's okay. I think this is still going to be a fun video. I still have her in the outfit that I had her last time. I just added this little cute muslin blanket. I love it. It's so soft and it just adds a nice pop of color. But I will be changing her, of course, so I just have this little Old Navy sleeper. It has very pretty colors on it. And then I will also be pairing it with this little hat that I found at a craft show. And it's going to be really good because it's so cold outside right now. I also have these additional little accessories. I just don't know if I'm going to be using them or not. I will decide once we get her all changed. So the topic for today is going to be benefits and drawbacks of being in the Reborn community. And before we start, I just kind of want to say that I think that the benefits way outweigh the drawbacks. I've been in this community almost since I've started. There was like a very short period of time where I wasn't really active in this community and I just had the dolls, but that was probably for only a couple months. So the benefits, I think, of being here are, of course, the friends you make. That is the biggest benefit. It is really something special having friends that share the same interests as you, because you can kind of have a conversation about things that your friends at school, your friends at work wouldn't really be interested in talking about with you. And through that, I feel like you make really strong relationships with people. I've even been on a couple of meetups with friends that I've made in Colorado, and they were amazing. They're probably the best part of having the dolls, honestly, was just getting to spend time with those people. And just making really good friends all over. Another big part of it is kind of just having a place to share what you love, because yet again, it's kind of hard to find people that are going to be interested in this hobby along with you, because it's not a very mainstream hobby, and so it's kind of like a very specialized group. And it's nice to be able to share your excitement of getting a new doll, or share your favorite outfits, or little things like that with people who are going to enjoy it as much as you are. And kind of like another thing about that is photography. I used to absolutely love doing a lot of Reborn photography and getting really creative with it. Oh, this is still in here. I totally forgot about that little piece in her diaper. That's probably going to need to be changed soon, because it only has a little bit of the scent left on it. As I said in the last video, I don't change their diapers very often, so that was a little surprise. Anyway, back to the positives of being in the Reborn hobby. So yeah, as I was talking about photography, you're able to kind of get creative with the dolls and have someone else enjoy that creativity. And also, when you share creativity, that's going to inspire other people, just the same way that when people post their creative things, it can inspire you. So I feel like it's a nice little exchange of sharing ideas and sharing sort of positive, interesting ways to interact with your doll. That also kind of means that when I go on Instagram or when I look on YouTube, it really makes me want to interact with my doll more, because I see other people interacting and I'm like, oh, that would be a really cool idea to do a photo like that, or oh, that would be really fun, or I really like that outfit that they bought for their doll. I want to go buy an outfit for my doll soon. So it kind of keeps me interested and keeps kind of the ball rolling when it comes to the hobby. And this is not really leading in anything. It's kind of just something random from my little list I got over here, just so I don't forget anything. But dolly meetups. I think that dolly meetups are the coolest thing ever, and social media is the best way to kind of inform a bunch of people about a Dolly meetup. One of the biggest ones is the Rose Doll Show, and I do think that I will be going this year. I went to the very first doll show because it was obviously in Colorado, so it was really easy for me to get to. But I am thinking about taking a road trip into Utah, and so might as well go the week of the doll show. I will probably be there on Saturday. If any of you guys are going, please let me know because I do want to meet you guys and see your dolly collection if you bring any of your dolly collection. So now, like, completely different thing. Now we're gonna go into the negatives. So my transitions today aren't going super well. My brain is kind of just skipping from one point to another, but that's okay. That's usually how these chat videos go for me. So of course you're just going to get negative comments or negative feedback when you post anything. It's very, very rare. I'd say probably 99% of the comments or things on Instagram and YouTube are going to be something good and something positive, but every once in a while people are just mean, and a lot of people say that it is mostly those who are outside of our hobby, but I actually notice a lot of people in our hobby are just really mean sometimes too, and I have no idea whether I want to put these scratch mitts on her. They look really, really cute on, and I really wanted to put them on her, but her outfit also has these fold over ones, so it just seems kind of extra, but I guess I am kind of extra when it comes to accessories, so I'll probably just do it. And when you kind of put yourself out there and when you share things with other people, this hobby is not a mainstream hobby, and so there's just going to be people who don't really respect you or respect your dolls, and that's really unfortunate, but there's a lot of really, really good people out there, and there's some really bad ones that just like to ruin things for all of us, unfortunately. And of course, there's not just negativity in comments, but there's also people who post very negative comments, kind of making fun of other collectors or people who make fun of the hobby. There's a lot of really bad media when it comes to reborns, a lot of very inaccurate media. And now I have to decide what pacifier to put on her because I feel like all of these blue ones look really cute, but I kind of also wanted to put something girly on her, but the headband didn't look good. So we'll figure it out. But back to media, as a lot of you guys know, there's been a Dr. Phil episode kind of showing whether we're crazy or obsessed with the dolls. There's been a couple of other TV shows basically demonstrating that we treat these dolls like real children, which is so far from true. As you guys can see, I maybe change my dolls out of their outfits once every 3 weeks just because I have a busy schedule, and that's why I have dolls. And that's why they're nothing like real children and not even comparable. But unfortunately, media kind of displays us in a bad or weird way. So when people see our videos, they get all weirded out by it when they really shouldn't, because it's just a collecting hobby like any other, but I will admit that we do interact with the dolls a little bit more. So I think that's kind of where that stems from. So how do we kind of thrive in social media where there is bound to be some negativity? How do we kind of keep away from that negativity and be sure to focus more on the positive points, since those are the more important things? These dolls are here for me because I feel like they just bring me so much joy and so much pleasure, and I feel like the community and what I do on the internet kind of revolving around these dolls should be the same way. So I think the first thing is to not get involved with any drama within the community. That was my biggest issue, is when I first started, I would see that everyone else was posting their opinion about this really mean or horrible comment, or what someone thought about this collector, or what scammer did this, and I would post about it, and that would draw attention, and then people would get mad because their viewpoint wasn't the same, and this negativity would just spread everywhere. And so I think just kind of cutting it off at the source, unless it directly involves you, I wouldn't get involved. And that's definitely easier said than done, but I think that it would be much better to kind of stay as far away from that as possible. And the next thing is kind of just revolving people kind of more outside of the hobby. And I cannot decide what pacifier to put on her. I keep on going back and forth between this like clear little jelly one and the pink one, but I think that I am going to go with the pink one. It is really cute. And it adds that little touch of girly. I mean, just look at how adorable she is. Look at that little face. I just love her so much. And I hope that you can see her. So anyway, I think like another big step for addressing our reborn doll stigma or stereotype is if people ask a question politely, answer it as accurately as you can, just depicting what is the truth, because I feel like if a lot of people don't get those questions answered, then they kind of go towards what the media is going to portray us as. And so if we just be like, hey, like, I enjoy these dolls because they are an art doll, I don't think that they're a real baby, I just think that they're fun, and I get to treat them as posable, dressable art. At least that's how I kind of describe my hobby to other people. And if people are just really mean and really horrible, it hurts your heart because you just don't understand why these people are just being so mean. But it's just best to delete the comment and not go any further with it, because if you leave that comment up on your page, other people are going to see it and it might upset other people, and it's probably going to upset you further if you just keep on looking at it. So just getting rid of it as soon as possible, I think, is really the best way to kind of deal with that. Same thing if it's people who are being rude to you that are from the community. If you can kind of just delete it, that's great. If it keeps persisting, of course you need to do something about it. I mean, just sitting back and letting it happen is, hard. And so I understand if, there needs to be a way to kind of vent and get it out. I personally like talking to my friends in the community. If, anything happened like that, just kind of talk through it with them. I think that's really good. We need a support system every once in a while. All of us do. And so, yeah, that got kind of deep really quickly. Anyway, I hope that you guys are staying warm. Miss Winona's going to be staying nice and warm here with this warm and fuzzy blankets. That looks kind of silly. I'm not going to keep her like that. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. But in the meantime, you have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.